Good afternoon and welcome back to the garden. Lovely overcast day, but it's so warm, so we're enjoying this sunless day, shall we call it, and we're going to get a few jobs done. First one being taking these early raspberries down and tying in the new raspberries that are growing up. We've done it with you before, but I'll just show you where this here, now this nice green cane here, that's for next year's raspberries. These brown ones that you see down here, there's one here, look. These brown ones are the ones that have cropped and are now finished. There is a tail end of a few raspberries on them, but the actual crop is now finished, and we've had a fantastic crop off this. We can't fault the canes at all. They're making a lovely job. So what I shall do, I'm going to cut them and stack them, because I haven't brought the shredder down this time. I think one of the extension cables is fused, so I'll do that and then I'll set it up and put it all through in here later. But I put it through the shredder and straight onto the compost heap. It's softish wood and it breaks down beautiful. All the leaves, everything goes in. Now to start off, you have to sort of fight your way in. Once you get these outer bits off, you can see what we're going to do. So you just take those off first. That's it. Now you can see a bit better. Now you can, if you wish, cut along the bottom and pull it off, but remember we tied all these in, so it's easier to work from the top down. You can see, look there. You see there's one or two still on. What we'll do, we'll put those on one side if we see any, and just give them the chickens, they love them. So if we take some of this off, I'll take it off in sections. It makes putting it through the shredder a lot easier as well. Where's it gone? There it is. Now when you cut into the ground, here you see, these are your new canes for next year. Careful you don't damage them if possible. There's ants' nest at the bottom, one or two raspberries that have fallen off, look, and then just take that off as low as you can. Progress along the same, but it's, once you get going with it, it's quite easy. You just have to remember, don't cut those new canes. I'll do a section and then show you it all gone. Then we'll tie the new ones in. Remember in the spring that we topped these canes off. Well, now you can see where the side shoots have been cropping all the way down the cane, and that's what we'll do again next spring. You can see here, look, they've even shooted off this low and fruited. That's the old one. Right, we'll be able to get some more cutting done. Now you can see it a lot better now. The new canes are those nice and green. They have actually got like black spots on them, but the old canes are really brown and finished now. Look, so that's what we're going to take out. Again, I'll finish this section And we'll tie a few in just to show you. The string that we used, that'll go onto the compost heap as well. But this year I'm going to put them on with the taping machine. We'll go 2 on that one, not. Then we got it out. Careful with these. Now I'll just go around the other side and clean the old ones out from that side, then show you tying up. Right, I'll go round and take all these old canes out, and then we'll come back and we'll show you how we start tying in. Now, as you can see, I've taken the old canes out. The posts are sort of sound, but I'm looking round for some new posts, both sides, and then through the winter I'll repost it and fasten them back onto a double, hopefully a double posting or double rails, so these that are coming out a little bit will be able to fit on one of the rails either side, because now it's getting a few years old. We're actually spreading a little bit now. Let's tape some on. This year I'm using the taping gun. It's going to be painful when I take them all down, because I'll have to put all the bits of tape in my pocket, but the strings, I found a lot of the strings give up. There was cotton strings, I think, but they snapped, and then I was having to tie in, and it wasn't worth it. So we'll use these. A case of just taping in them on, or tapping in them on as they call it. And remember, when it gets up there, we'll bend it. So that one will finish up here. There, like that, you see, and then we'll do it there as well to hold that. And that's what we do, we bend them, then in the spring we take these top ones off and cut the top of the canes off, but you can remember that. It's quite a job now, putting them in and bending them. There's no particular way of bending them. You just, some can go that way, some can go that way, because it's only there for the winter, so it doesn't matter an awful lot. You see, if you've got a taping machine, if you're doing a big one like that, if you push your tapes down, you can get them on better. You see, the smaller ones, you just push it through. Anyway, I shall continue with putting these. I'll just do this other big one to show you. This is, it had actually gone right through, and I'd pulled it in a few days ago. We'll put that one there, look. Just onto the wires. Remember, these are only there for the winter, so we'll put one on it anyway. You can see some of the canes are beginning to age a bit now, and you get the brown on them as they age and the sun gets on them. They'll be fine. That one missed. So I think we pushed that one off actually. Let's put another one on there. No. I'm nearly out of staples. I bought some more down there. There you are, it's fastened that one. I'll get them fastened and show you it finished, what you need to. Then through the winter they won't be blowing about up here and snapping off anymore. Right, that's got them all taped on, as you can see. Now we're in 2, maybe 3 weeks. I have to come in again and then do the same again at the top, because the top will all be full, then they'll be pushing on the net. So we turn them all down and take them on again, ready for the winter. Now Sunday today, so I'm not going to do the shredding today because it's rather noisy. So I'll do that tomorrow, and then when I put it on the compost heap, I'll bring a wheelbarrow of our own garden compost and put that on. Maybe a little bit of bone meal, I think that wants. Bit of bone meal, slow release nitrogen. Put that on first, put the compost on top, and apart from the coming back and re-trimming and finding the new supports, that'll be it for that from this year. Just quickly looking down at these here, I shall leave, because if we do readjust the frame, they'll be all right. That one out there, shall leave it alone till winter, then dig it up and put it there to fill that gap. Raspberries do tend to creep out a little bit and then shoot her. So when you're moving them, they'll be on a taper root underneath, so the more root you can get up, the better, because you'll get more shoots from it. Now the raspberries we've done were Malinjuno. The later raspberries on this side, as you can see, they're all starting to bud up now. That's the fruit that's coming. They look very well. This later one, or the summer fruiting one if you like, we don't cut the tops off like we do that one. In this, cut tops off on that one. This one we just leave. It grows up, it fruits, and at the end, when we've fruited, we just cut the lot off. That looks like going to be a good crop already. Now let's go and set some peas. We're down here next to the beetroot that, with looks of it, we'll be harvesting next week or so, because we only want smaller ones. And I'm putting a row of early peas in so we can get another crop. Now what I've done, I put so many in. I put a wet sack over everything because I've actually soaked them and got them chitting ready to plant, and I didn't want them drying out, so hence there they are. Can you see they're chitting nicely now? Look, nearly every one is chitting. So we'll plant these, and then where we've been working on the raspberries, on the opposite side of the frame, there's a little strip of land like this, and I've raked it a few times and broken it down a bit, and the rest of these peas will go and be setting there this afternoon. Can't hold them now they're chitting. I've kept them wrapped in wet kitchen paper, as you can see, so I just want to finish this off, cover them up quickly, and then we'll put the cover on. As you can see, if I left those out, the birds will be here in minutes to take those. In fact, there's one pigeon on the post up there already looking at these peas. What I'm doing is I'm just spacing them because I want them up as quickly as possible, get the crop, And then, so I'm trying to put in, if possible, the ones that have chitted, those two haven't. Bit of a delicate job. I'll do one line and show you. All got, you can't just show these about, these little chits will come off. There. One more I think. I'll just pop the other ones in and then I'll show you covering up. And now I'm going to cover them up with the fan rake. It's nice and soft, it's alright. This blight soil, there's some soil that we'd grown potatoes in that's been stacked for a good 5 or 6 months, and then put on here and wet every day for a few days, ready for this. I've had them down long enough, no weeds have come up, so it's good. We just cover them up. And then we'll take this line off because you want that this afternoon when I do this. That's it. That's them in covered up. I took the line off. I'll cover them up. Now to chit them, I soaked them overnight in a jar of water, tepid water, and then the next day I laid them out on some wet kitchen towel, covered them with another wet kitchen towel, and then the day after, which is now, we planted them. This bit of net will just keep the pigeons off. It stopped singing now. What I shall also have to do, and it's quite important this year, is 1, 2, 3 yogurt cartons full of beer with a label on top or a piece of card on top to stop the rain going in, and put those in as well, because as soon as these break the surface the slugs will be at them. That's another little job done. The others will be planted. They obviously, you can't leave them now, but it might be evening, but they would definitely be in. When they break the surface and start to grow a little bit, I shall buy some of that, I don't know if you see, it's like a soft green wire, and I shall put a line of that on it and let them climb up that. Then when they're finished, let them dry out properly and just take that off and roll it up for next time. Now we'll go and prune the top off, well, summer prune that apple tree. Now while we're passing, this was the potato patch. Now I've took the tops off because they were getting this, as you can see them over there. Now it's not blight. I wish it was blight because I know what blight is. I think that is what we used to call years ago blight leg. It starts on the leaves, gets on the stem, it creeps down the stem, it turns the stem like a browny black, and if it gets, or when it gets in your potato, it just rots them. As far as I can remember, it's probably got some proper name, but we used to call it blackleg. Now the potatoes, they seem alright, but the only thing is when you do this, you only get small potatoes, so it's not a complete failure. There is a crop under there, somewhat, but small. Now we've got to the apple tree at last. As you can see, there's a lot of growth on it this year. I think it was such a wet spring, it's put on a lot of growth. I'm going to take a lot off, especially the top bits, like, well, Let me show you. If you think that there, this is just one branch and there's getting on for 2 foot of growth on that. If I leave the top as it is now, all the apples will be up there, obviously. So we'll take that off, and looking at the tree, when I look into it, I think this winter we're going to have a major prune as well, a winter prune. But at the moment we're just going to summer prune the tops. I'll show you a few, and it will take a bit of time to do the tree, so just bear with me while we get it going. All the way down. Looking better already, huh? Don't go too close into the old wood, because there'll be some spurs where next year's apples will be on the old wood, so try not to use that if you can help it. But it's got to come off anyway. I just do these here, 2 on that one. That's all new growth from this year. That's a terrific amount of growth. I think you see the idea how to summer prune, and then so I'll do the top and across. I'm not going to prune too much on the sides. I might just prune these ends off, but that would be it, because I don't mind it spreading sideways, but I don't want it any higher because I can't get to them. And then we'll winter prune. If you see it's too dense in there, we will winter prune. So I'll finish it and show you. That's the apple tree summer prune, and looks better, but it was hard work. It's very, very warm. Lovely tree now, that I'm very pleased with that. Now I don't know if you can see this. There's not an awful lot of fruit on it. There's quite a bit, but it desperately needs winter pruning to thin those tops out. As you can see, it's far too dense up there. So once we winter pruned it, next year it'll be a full apple crop. That'll be it for today. You've worn me out. I shall see you in a few days. Take care, everyone. If it's sunny, keep out of it. If it's raining, use a umbrella. Bye now.